Hoo-ah, we are the Buffaloes. B-U-F-F-A-L-O-E-S, Buffaloes. You go home and get your scannies, I'll go home and get my panties, and away we'll go. Oh, shuffle up the buffalo, shuffle up the buffalo. Hoo-ah, we are the Buffaloes. B-U-F-F-A-L-O-E-S, Buffaloes. You go home and get your scannies, I'll go home and get my panties, and away we'll go. Oh, shuffle up the buffalo, shuffle up the buffalo. Oh, buffaloes never die, never die, never die. Oh, buffaloes never
Good afternoon and welcome to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 14 clash from TIO Stadium here on Larrakia Country. This afternoon, the Darwin Buffaloes and Southern Districts. My name is Nick Danks, my commentary partner this afternoon, Stuart Davis. Good afternoon, Stuart. Great to be here back with you again.
Yes, Nick, thanks for that. And yeah, looking forward to this game. Darwin Buffaloes went down to Nightcliff last week, but a much improved performance. Only went down by about 15 points and were competitive all day. But they do come up against Southern Districts this week, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Buffs losing their last 3 games. You said 15 points by the Tigers last week. Ladder leaders, though, Southern Districts are outstanding form. They come into this afternoon's game after winning last week against second place Pint in the match of the round. They won by 71 points. Very odd straight after Christmas, though. You can get some strange results with players missing, but Southern Districts were outstanding. The last time these two sides met was in round 3. Southern Districts again led all day and came away with a 79-point win. So expecting a bit of a good shake today by Buffaloes, but by premiership favourites still, and are the reigning premiers and really good side in Southern Districts.
Yeah, that's right. And they've really had their way with the Darwin Buffaloes over the last few years. So we're hoping for a stronger showing from the Buffs today. Districts, a couple of changes in their side, a couple of big outs. Stephen Motlop, Matty Dennis, Will Rowlands all missing today, but some good ins as well with Jonathan Ross, Brody Lake and Mitch Burgess back in. So we're underway. Umpire Emma Stark throws the ball up for the start of the game. Wyatt Ryan up against Jake Deans in the ruck. It's Anderson who's kicks off the instep and the kick goes sideways, but he's back in there again, gets tackled, the ball spills free and close to the boundary line, and the heat's on already in the opening seconds of this match.
Yeah, cloudy day here in the top end, top of 30 degrees at the moment. Fairly strong breeze to the right of screen to the airport end, which is pretty normal, so with probably a couple of goals. Buffs going to the right of screen.
So this will be a great contest all day. The big two ruckman as Jared Stokes, just smooth as silk, comes through, picks it up, gives it to his brother who missed the ball, trying to dispose of it then, and subsequently is penalised, and it's Jed Anderson to take the free kick right back in the middle of the ground. Chips it forward over the top, looking for Jack Baker, but he couldn't take the mark, and now he's got the ball trapped underneath him, and it'll be a ball up.
I should have said Crocs to the right of screen, but you worked it out by now.
So Ryan wins the hit out. Anderson forward to Narkle, but his hand pass was affected by the tackle to Sean Wright. Couldn't take the ball as Darcy McGregor gets slung over the boundary line, and it'll be a boundary throw in. So the two McGregors, Harry and Darcy, both had good games last week. They hail from the Central Murray area, and good inclusions as with the two Deans boys for the Buffaloes. Jake Deans in the ruck and Nathan Deans down back. But we've got some work to do today as Tashawn Wright gets the clearing kick, but straight into the hands of Jordan Johnston coming in from half back, and he drills it past. It's a floater and it's chopped off by Jake Deans for Buffs. Chooses to go wide, close to the boundary line. Was it touched just inside? I think it was.
Yeah, the umpire starts for the ball, so yep, just inside.
Yep, Joseph Wesley for Buffs just getting his hands to the ball. So another boundary throw in. Oh, that one's slipped off the hands, I think. So we'll come back for another try. This one given a bit more air, and Ryan wins a hit out down, but stolen there by Spry. Got the hand pass inboard, missed the target. Johnston, quick hands to Barnard, who got it on the outside, but again Buffs turn it over, and Bradley Stokes kicks forward, trapped by Foster, who got the hand pass forward, and it's just a bit scrambly at half forward for Buffs now. It comes to Pedersen on the outside, gets it to McAuliffe Smith, but his kick is marked by Brody Lake in defence, and Districts bring it away again near side of the ground as Johnston often running down here. Chips over the top. It's a well-directed pass to Anderson as Lloyd Johnston kept running, but Anderson decided to kick himself inside forward 50 as Buffs scrambling in defence. They're happy to just hold it up at the moment. Umpires gave them plenty of time to get it out, but it wasn't coming out.
Buffs did well to hold that one up because Southern District were out. A couple of kicks down the wing there by players on their own, and Buffaloes did well to stop them going all the way.
So Buffs hands on the ball in defence. Good work. Oh, that kick's going to go close to the line. It's swinging back, stays in play and punched away by Wyatt Ryan over the boundary line, and another throw in. So no score in the game so far, 4 minutes in. And Buffs look to have brought that same defensive intensity that they had last week, which is a good sign for the contest. Ground level. Johnston just Matthew Johnston just a bit slow that time getting rid of the ball and gets penalised as the hand pass comes on the outside to right. He goes by hands over the top to Spry, chips the ball in. That's a good looking pass to Chris Williams. He takes the mark and plays on straight away, kicking long down towards full forward. Riley Holden down there in the contest, but Lloyd Johnston able to just kill that one over the boundary line for another throw in.
Wish that one to the left. If it had gone straight over the top towards the goal, there was a player running through open on the goal square there, but would have been a foot race. Made a decision to go for the easier pass, but good defence again by Southern Districts.
So Pedersen and Ryan this time, close to the boundary line, and that one just run over the line by Brody Lake. Made it look like he was trying to keep it in. Pedersen pushes Ryan out the way, gets a long punch forward to the top of the goal square. Coming off the line there, Mitch Burgess touched it a couple of times and Districts take it away around the outer side. Matt Shannon had space but couldn't keep the ball in play, so Buffs happy to see that ball roll over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in.
And congratulations to Darwin Buffaloes captain Jared Stokes, 6 times club best and fairest, equals the club record today of 239 games. A big one for him today, and of course another big one next week when he gets to 240.
Yeah, terrific effort by Jared Stokes. He's certainly been a stalwart of the Buffaloes for many years. Been captain for a long time now as well. As, I think we're going to have another go at the boundary throw in here. So after all that delay, we'll go again with the boundary throw in. Ryan and Deans. Ryan in front, Deans over the back, got it to Bradley Stokes, throws it on the boot, kicks inside 50, ball spills to the ground. Quick kick out of defence by Bowden, but straight into the hands of Stokes. And it's a drill pass in, and out on the lead was Brodie Foster, who takes the mark, and we know that Brodie Foster is a goal kicker. He's just played a few games this year. He's leading their goal kicking, which isn't with many. He's only played 4 or 5 games so far. And I'm sure he'd like to start here and set himself off for a bag of goals today.
Yeah, 7 goals for the season. Best bag so far was in round 4 where he got 3 against the Tigers, also got 3 against Palmerston Magpies.
Foster's kick on the way looks pretty good. It swings back from left to right and through for the opening goal of the game. And Darwin Buffaloes bringing the heat around the contest, and that time rewarded. The pass in from Stokes was terrific, and Foster took the mark, did the rest, kicked the goal.
Yeah, surprisingly slow start here from the Crocs. Normally they've been really hot on early in the game and try to get a lead early and hold on to it for the rest of the match, which kept them on top of the ladder for a couple of weeks to the point when they dropped a couple of games, but been the best side all year. And the Buffs showing the defence that they showed last week against the Tigers, and have stopped them playing their brand of footy at the moment.
So Deans gets up over the top, wins a hit out. Johnston first hands to it. Now spills to Mealy for Buffs. He kicks it forward of centre. Loose ball. Running onto it is Foster. Big hand pass back to Bradley Stokes. He looks inboard and then goes straight down the ground looking for Jared Stokes, who worked his opponent out of the way but then spilt the mark, and now Bowden for Districts clears to the outer side of the ground. Taj Stanley out there had a little bit of a fumble but then got the hand pass up to Narkle. He does an underground hand pass trying to get it back to Stanley, who had his legs chopped, and he'll take the free kick. Players in the middle but chose to go on the outside. Matt Shannon still by himself in the middle of the ground, and that's the way the kick's coming, but hasn't got enough on it. And the intercept mark taken by Seaton Kernoth. He kicks on the left boot, just a bit too much on it. Barnard puts his hand in, but only pats it to the advantage of Jared Stokes. He got the hand pass out to Mealy, but his kick missed the target. And Lloyd Johnston intercepts and drives it straight back out to Matt Shannon, who's been sitting out here by himself for about 2 minutes. Gets that ball eventually, kicks inside to Stanley. Stanley, a drill pass inside forward 50, and that's a diving mark taken. That's a terrific effort. I think he's hurt himself a bit there. But a great mark taken by Giddings, and we'll go back for the set shot. Just fell on the ball, I think, as he hit the ground.
He's just taking a couple of big deep breaths here. But that looked a bit more like Southern Districts, so those couple of passes there. One across the middle didn't hit the target, but they got the ball back pretty quickly, and it was the opportunity for their first shot on target for the day.
Connor Giddings with the set shot. Starts it out to the right, brings it back, through for a goal, and umpire Jenny Rowe says that's good enough for me. So Southern Districts on the board with their first goal. Two number 22s are the goal kickers so far in the game. So coming up to 11 minutes playing time in this first quarter, and just a goal apiece. So pretty slow start as far as the scoring's concerned, but the contests have been pretty willing. As big Cam Pedersen goes into the ruck for Darwin up against Ryan. Hit out comes down to Matt Shannon. It drives the ball forward and just gets under the hands of Stanley back there. Bradley Stokes scoops in on the ball. Wheels backwards a bit while it opens up down forward, and that mark taken by Darcy McGregor plays on straight away. But it's Districts behind the ball, well set up, and kick comes inboard to Matt Johnston. Takes a mark, wheels around now and kicks inside 50. Bit of body contact down there. Players went flying everywhere, but the ball spills over the back where Harry McGregor controls it, but his kick isn't the best, and it's chopped off, and it's Giddings again with a mark inside 50, this time from the defensive kick coming out, and he'll go back for another set shot.
He was in that pack mark that didn't get there, and all of a sudden he just hung off the ball, and they've given it straight back to him. So he's going to have to do a fair bit with this ball, though. That breeze is really, really strong going across the face of this goal. So far post is where he's going to have to aim for and let it come back.
Yeah, of course his first kick at goal was this side of centre of the goal, so a little bit different. Kick's on the way. He's started that one way off to the right, and it hasn't come back. Didn't make clean contact with it either by the looks, so just a behind this time. Bradley Stokes goes the short option to Jared Stokes, who had a bit of a fumble but still completed the mark. He's back across the goal face to Bradley, and he chips in. Oh, just sitting and waiting for it was Marty Parsons, and it had it stolen out of his hands by Stanley. Farah spilt the mark, gets a hand pass back over the top to Stanley just inside the boundary line. The Buffs players came running in. They're calling for out of bounds on the full, thinking the kick might have been smothered with the shins or something, but obviously that was a bit difficult to see, and it'll result in a throw-in.
Yeah, a bit hard to judge where he knocked that ball over. It looked fairly high up though. 1 point lead to Southern Districts.
It's a flat throw in. Patterson gets the hit out. Stokes to Wills. Wills with a bit of space, clears out of defence. Lloyd Johnson's going to get there first, and the bounce favours him. So switches right across to half-back where Brodie Lake's in some space. Lake chips it forward, just giving this a bit of air. And it's chopped off by Chris Williams, who plays on quickly now inside 50. It's a good-looking kick. It's just a little bit too far out in front of Deans, and Brodie Lake got involved in the contest, got it to Johnston, and now they work it out of defence. Burgess inboard, and Southern Districts looking to build through the middle of the ground. He goes out wide. It's chopped off by Bradley Stokes. Hand passes over the back, looking for his brother, but didn't hit him. Matt Shannon came in, got it to Ross. Ross on the left boot, kicks it high to the hot spot. About 6 players fly at the ball at ground level. Schwartz picks it up. He's under pressure, got the hand pass backwards. Comes out again to Burgess. He tries to break through the tackle, and he'll be penalised, and the advantage is paid here as Nathan Deans runs out of defence. Kicks long, looking for Mealy. Mealy has it in front of him, but by the time he took possession of the ball, he was wrapped up in the tackle. He's got it caught underneath. He's going to be penalised here, I think. Just couldn't get it out. And Districts again just chip it inboard, and Burgess into the middle of the ground where Narkle takes the mark. He's looking to go short and does to Ross. He goes short again. Some pinpoint passing here. The hand pass comes back to Ross, running through the centre. Again, a wobbling kick forward made it difficult for his forwards as Bradley Stokes chops it off, and Caelan Russell picked it up, looked to where he was going to kick it, and the ball slipped out of his hands over the boundary line.
Defence from Darwin Buffaloes has been outstanding today. They've really put the pressure on this forward line of the Crocs, and holding up pretty well early in the game.
Yeah, it's taken a while in the season for them to get in a position where they can put this sort of pressure on, but it's been good for last week and this week so far. So Big Pedersen in there doing some grunt work as Spry got the kick hand pass out, but falls into the hands of Nakota Brooking. His kick went right to the goal line, but the Buffs defence working back. And Flynn Spark got a hand to it and saved the goal. Now Darcy McGregor at half-back. There's to Sean Wright on the outside. The kick's good, allows him to take it and keep running. Now hand passes and receives back. A long kick inside 50. Wills has gone forward. No mark taken down there as Burgess just worked it away, but Wills gets a clever kick around the corner to Mealy, to Williams, to Jarrett Stokes running through the corridor, runs into the open goal and has missed. The pressure was coming from behind, but I thought he'd had enough of a gap to be able to steady and kick, but just missed to the right-hand side.
Yeah, just chipped out the outside of the boot then rather than going through it, but still in there 50.
Pedersen to Williams in some space. He gets run down from behind, and his kick squirts out towards the boundary line, and it's cleared away, and Southern Districts now able to work it round the outer side of the ground. Picked up on the half volley by Herald, and they run it through the middle. Narkle gets the hand pass inboard. Taj Stanley picks it up, wheels around, and finds Narkle again, but he's under all sorts of pressure as the ball spills out in the tackle, and it's going to be a Buffalo's free kick for incorrect disposal, and that'll go the way of Caelan Russell, who chips over the top to big Cam Pedersen, who's made some space on the outer wing. Pedersen looks inboard. Oh, that's a well-placed kick into the hands of Riley Holden, who made space in the middle of the ground. He wheels around, kicks long on the left foot, looking for Foster in the contest here. Good defensive work, punched away by Jordan Johnston, but now picked up by Mealy. His kick is touched off the boot. And no, it wasn't, in fact, just off the outside of the boot and out of bounds on the full. So Buffs have had some chances, only been able to take advantage of the one so far with the set shot. Districts precise, bringing it out of defence. Bowden takes the mark at half back. Goes on the outside. Finds hit made on the outer side of the ground. Chip over the top again, showing a bit of air, but they're often running anyway. But that time the kick just too long for the target in Isaac Herald, and goes over the boundary line, bounce just inside the line, so it's a throw in about 60 metres around from the Southern District's goal.
9 inside 50s to 7 at the moment in favour of the Buffs. Just as you said, Stuart, just not making the best of their opportunities when they've gone forward.
Well, both sides really,
yep.
Isn't it? So Pedersen thumps that one from the ruck contest, bounces a couple of times and out over the boundary line again. Jonathan Ross calling for a free kick for deliberate, but I don't think that was ever going to be paid. So 19.5 minutes gone, first quarter. Won't be a long quarter, just a goal apiece so far. Pedersen uses his strength, but illegally according to the umpires, and it'll be a free kick to Herald from that ruck infringement. Herald kicks long and high, inside forward 50, knocked away from behind. There's a whistle on the play here, interference in that marking contest. The mark's been paid, an advantage has been paid. Bo Schwartz just waltzes in to goal and kicks Southern District's second, while everyone else was looking around at what the umpire's decision was going to be.
Yeah, a bit of a strange one there for the umpire. Didn't call that one back because everybody did stop, but he didn't call play on until Bo Schwartz was basically 2 steps in front of goal. But he's got there with, you reckon, about a minute to go of this quarter, and a handy one for Southern Districts.
Yeah, Buffalo's kicked the first goal of the match, but Southern Districts have kicked the 2 since then and got themselves into their accustomed position in the lead at quarter time. So back in the middle, Ryan and Deans again doing the ruck work. Deans early, Ryan stood his ground and received a free kick here. Deans thinking that he was shepherded off the ball, but free kick was probably right as the hand pass round the bat to Matt Shannon. Shannon drives the ball inside forward 50 on the bounce, picked up by Bidmaid, who swings it into the corridor. Narkle going back, gets a hand to it, couldn't hook it in with the one hand. It spills to Schwartz, but he's wrapped up by a couple of Buffs defenders, and it'll be a ball up again 20 metres out from the Southern District's goal.
Narkle did well, didn't get a hand to that. That was fairly high and moving away from him.
Good work by Buffs to work it out of the congestion there. Bradley Stokes delivers nicely to Caelan Russell, who gives over the top to Tashawn Wright. He's under pressure, gives inboard to Russell. The pressure keeps coming as the hand pass comes to the outside, and a bit of a scrubber kick forward by Parsons. Districts with numbers around the ball work it through the hands. Inboard, Jed Anderson took his eyes off the ball but recovers and now kicks long, looking for Will Farrow, who's made some space forward, and the kick was perfect. He takes the mark out on the run, and he'll be kicking from about 40 metres here.
This could be pretty close to kicking just on or just after the siren as well.
Yeah,
there it is.
There it is, and you'd think that Buffs would get some players back on the line because it's just about on his limit, I think. Will Farrow, kick on the wall. He's kicked it, struck that beautifully. He made a liar of me. Yeah. Cleared the goal umpire by 5 metres and straight through the middle. That's a fantastic goal. Of course, probably had the breeze behind him, but beautiful kick from Will Farrow, and Southern District's Nick have finished the quarter pretty strongly. Yeah,
13-point lead. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV. We're back shortly with the second quarter.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, Awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazaliesnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this thing. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 14 clash from TIO Stadium. Darwin Buffaloes and Southern Districts. I'm Nick Danks, my commentary partner Stuart Davis. And Stuart, Buffs did really well, and unfortunately the Crocs get a 13-point lead to go in at quarter time.
Yeah, that's right. They brought the pressure, Buffs, which they did last week against Nightcliff, but yeah, we always suspected that the class of Southern Districts Crocodiles would win out in the end, and that's basically the way the first quarter panned out. They started to get the ball inside forward 50 and took advantage of their opportunities, and topped off by that terrific after the siren goal by Willie Farrer. But Buffs still in there fighting as we're underway for the second quarter. Ryan wins a hit out down. McGregor couldn't handle it, and now bursting through the middle right, gets a kick forward. Terrific mark taken out in front by Foster for Darwin. It's just outside 50, wobbles a kick inboard. I'm not sure that was his intended target, but it's floated into the hands of Joseph Wesley, and Wesley will have a chance for a set shot from about 30 metres out on not much of an angle.
Still going to have to aim this one to the left-hand post. That breeze comes across the ground here towards the airport end.
Wesley's kick at goal. Looks like he's judged that pretty well. Judged it perfectly, and so what a start to the second quarter from Darwin. Is the Southern Districts haven't had a possession yet, and the Buffaloes on the mark on the scoreboard inside the first minute, and a good goal to Wesley.
That wraps up the inside 50s at 10 apiece. It was 9-10 in favour of the Crocs at quarter time. That one forward made it 10-10. Here at TIO, there's two more games this afternoon. 4 o'clock, Palmerston Magpies take on Waratah. Then 6:30 tonight, Wanderers and St Mary's. Then across the road at 6 o'clock at DXC Arena, Pint and the Tiwi Bombers for round 14 of the NTFL.
Yeah, all games being played today, so in the Premier League, men and women. So back in the middle, Ryan hooks it down to Sean Wright, who's getting a fair bit of the football. Wheels back around and kicks long down towards half forward. Wesley comes in from behind, tries to force it forward. It's Johnston gets a hand pass over the top to Burgess, back to Johnston. Jordan Johnston goes down the outer side of the ground. Big Wyatt Ryan bends over, picks the ball up and drives it inside 50. Oh, there's some body contact there in the marking contest, and that's the way it's going to go. It's Will Farrer sees something inboard, and the pass is good. Finds Jed Anderson. He's marked about 45 metres from goal. Jed Anderson, of course, played his junior football at Darwin Buffaloes, but elected to go to Southern Districts when returning from the AFL, and he passes off and finds Matt Shannon a little bit closer to goal, not much closer, but a bit straighter as well.
It's amazing you can not kick over the mark, and you go back 15 metres and you drop the ball and it's a mark. It's it's a situation there where he's really only moved it about 3 metres to the left.
That's right. Shannon's long kick on the way. Oh, just missed to the right-hand side, hit the post in fact, so Wind might have just caught hold of that at the last moment.
But the goal umpires normally give you an idea what's happening there. But psyched us out, but it did just clip the post.
So Darwin working it out of defence. Caelan Russell with the mark at half-back. Goes long down the wing. Big Pedersen there up against a couple, got his hands to it, couldn't quite hold it in the end, and the ball spills out over the boundary line. So Darwin Buffaloes with the opening goal of the second quarter, as they did in the first quarter. Wyatt Ryan wins the hit out down. At ground level, it was Sage that got a hand pass inboard. Burgess with a kick around the corner, but a nice mark taken by Harry McGregor running back with the flight of the ball. Chips to the outside to Russell. Russell around the wing, finds Spry. Nathan Spry goes long down to half forward. Big Pedersen's there. He just tries to flip it over the back, but Lloyd Johnston's first to it for Southern Districts, and he's off and running. Gets a hand pass over the top, and the drill pass is a beauty to Shannon in the middle of the ground. He's got Anderson in a bit of space. Well, coming in late, Stokes got a hand to the ball, knocked it away, Bradley Stokes. McGregor swoops on that, gets a hand pass forward to Williams. He swings a hand pass inboard to Jared Stokes. Outside to Spry, spilt the ball, recovers now, gets a hand pass as he's tackled to Deans. Deans dropped the ball like a hot potato, and it's a Southern Districts free kick. The pressure just kept coming. So, on the outside, Spry did really well to get a hand in there and prevent Jordan Johnston from taking that mark and seeing it over the boundary line.
Yeah, he needed about another 2 yards and he was off down that wing. He did really well to cut that one off, but the boundary line beat him.
Right, and throw in Ryan in front, just thumps it forward towards the boundary line. And Stephen Kernoth got tackled over the boundary line. No free kick there. It's another throw in. Ryan gets his hands to the ball, nearly at ground level, working hard, but it's Matt Johnston with the clearing kick. Oh, reaching over the top, Giddings almost took the mark. It spills on the outside to Harry McGregor. He couldn't take possession. Narkle, it's chopped off nicely there by Lockie Humphrey as Buffs go forward again. Wesley gets a hand to it. Bowden over the back, just knocks it out into space so they could run onto it himself, and he's done that really well. Chips over the top, might just have a little bit too much on it as coming in was Darcy McGregor chopping it off. Kicks long, looking for Foster on the bounce. It just gets past him and Johnston read it nicely. Hand passes inboard and then receives back. And now goes to Ryan in the middle of the ground. He's got runners on the outside. One of those being Barnard. Bounces into his hands. And he chips forward to Ross. Ross hand passes over the top to Shannon. Shannon kicks long to the hot spot at the top of the goal square. It's a beautifully weighted kick. And the mark taken by the big fella down there, Isaac Herald, was just in the perfect position, and the kick was spot on from Matt Shannon.
Yeah, there was 5 Southern District players there running loose on this near side boundary, and they just worked their way through it pretty well and now lined it up for their shot on goal.
Oh, the kick's missed to the right-hand side. And it was Connor Giddings, in fact. I thought it was the tall Isaac Herald, but it was Giddings. But yeah, that's a shot that you'd expect him to get most times, but missing this time. So I'll let off the Buffs as the kick comes in. Foster gets hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. Now he's under pressure from Johnston. Stokes comes in to help. To Sean Wright at ground level, gets tackled, manages to get a hand pass away, but held too long in the tackle, I think, is the call here, as he was slung to the ground. And to Sean Wright will take the free kick between halfback and wing on the grandstand side at TIO Stadium. Drives down the line looking for Deans. Up early was Burgess, got a fist to the ball, and the ball out of bounds again for a throw-in. So Ryan keen to get front position in that ruck contest, does so. Willie Farah comes in, got a hand pass to Shannon in close. Shannon on the outside to Brooking. Brooking to Sage. Sage spilt the ball. That allows Buffs to come in. I think there might be high contact here, as putting his nose over the ball was Philip Wills. And the free kick will go his way. Gives a hand pass off to stationary Bradley Stokes. Ball down to the centre of the ground now. So coming through was Barnard for Districts. Tried to get the hand pass over the top. Now it squirts out to Sydney Jack Baker, who kicks down the middle, but it's Darwin with the numbers as it's taken by Parsons. He wheels around on the right boot, but not the best disposal, but Buff's still working to get it forward. McGregor tried to hand pass forward as he was tackled by Anderson, but missed the fist. Anderson on the outside to Narkle in space. Takes the mark now, runs off inside 50, kicks long towards goal. The kick looks good. It's just swinging away at the last minute. It was a real in-swinger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did turn. It was going all the way in there. I thought, yep, he's got that. He's done well. And all the last second, it's just turned from that breeze that comes from next to the Michael Long stand there. And away we go.
Yeah, so another behind to Buffaloes as Parsons has the mark at half back for Darwin. Kicks wide to the outer side. Spark got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Humphrey comes in to assist, but he gets tackled by Stanley over the boundary line. And another throw in. So what have we gone? Almost 11 minutes in this second quarter, and just one goal on the board to Darwin Buffaloes. Although Districts have had a few chances but haven't been able to score one yet. Get out falls to Anderson. His hand pass is intercepted as he was tackled. Now the ball squirts out the front, and McAuliffe Smith tries to centre it, but Southern Districts have got the numbers there as Anderson gets another disposal, chips it in between two Southern Districts players. It's pinched there by Wright, who thumps it long down towards half forward, but Brody Lake is in front, just struggling to get control of the ball. Eventually, after about 5 pats at the ball, he picks it up and now has a bounce and switches to the other side of the ground where Jack Baker takes the mark. He comes inboard to Bowstead, who gives off by hand to his captain Bowden. Bowden has a bounce and then drives the ball long over the back, allowing his teammate Brooking to run onto it, but Kalen Russell got there first, gave it backwards. They're under pressure again as the kick comes out to Sean Wright, standing underneath it with a couple of Southern Districts opponents. So diving in was Wills, and the kick inboard by Johnston is a floater. Narkle flies at it and then gets it on the bounce at ground level. Ryan gives it back to Narkle now, who chips it forward. Matt Shannon in a little bit of space, runs onto it, meets some strong body contest, and he's hurt by that one as the hand pass comes out. I'm not sure what's going on here. There's a free kick off the ball. I think it's going to be played to Bo Schwartz. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Saying threw him down to the ground, but I didn't see that happen. But the motion the umpire made was thrown. It was a sling tackle.
Anyway, Schwartz with the long shot at goal. The kick's good. Bo Schwartz is a quality finisher in the NTFL competition, and that's a long kick. Ran around the player on the mark and kicked the goal, and just see Matt Shannon on screen there. He's a little bit sore, might have had the wind knocked out of him a bit, but in the meantime, Bo Schwartz has got his second goal on the board.
Yeah, 16-point lead. AFLNT has returned, and representing football. And for the first time, fans will experience NTFL All-Star Saturday, celebrating some of the territory's best football talent. Leading the men's side, Ryan Ayres has got the heat, and Lee Crossman has got the spears. Then the women's side, Erica Rowe coaches the spears, and Shannon Miller takes control of the heat. The teams for both sides will be announced early next week. So on Saturday, the 24th of January, here at TIO Stadium, the All-Stars representative match. Be a great weekend of footy, or a great day of footy here.
Yeah, it will be, with a couple of underage games as well to start off the program. So a big day, 4 games over the course of the day, as The ball spills here to Matt Johnston, kicks it high down towards the 50-metre line. There's a free kick been paid here again. It's the Southern District's free kick. I'm not sure how that happened. Schwartz was behind on that occasion. And this is a similar position to where he just kicked the last goal, and he does exactly the same thing again here. Runs around the player on the mark, kicks long to goal, and it's through for another one. So 2 goals from free kicks to Bo Schwartz from out just inside the 50-metre line. And he said he's a quality finisher, and he's got 3 goals on the board already.
Yeah, those two were pretty much a direct replica of each other, running around at just outside 50 and pops it straight over the top of the goal umpire's head. That's the sort of standard you expect from Southern Districts. So with the Buffs, they should have taken more of the opportunities, because you just knew Crocs were going to come eventually. And they kept peppering away, points only, not goals, but eventually they've turned that around. And Schwartz has got a couple really, really quickly.
Yeah, that's right. And frustration for Buffs. They've worked hard for the whole of the game so far, and then a couple of goals from free kicks just sees the margin blow out a little bit. Jared Stokes just unusually not clean in the hands in the middle of the ground there, and that allows Johnston to clear for Southern Districts. The ball bounces into the hands of Spark. He hand passes forward but misses the target again, and just allows Bitmaid to come in and chop it off. He gives it to Farah out wide. He's got Shannon all by himself, and how many times is he going to be by himself today? As he plays on quickly, the pass is good, although Sydney Jack Baker had to do a bit of work in the end under pressure from Harry McGregor, but the mark was good. But yeah, Matt Shannon is a compiler of possessions, and he's finding himself in space in the centre corridor quite a bit. Still looks like he's suffering a bit from that heavy knock that he took earlier. Just see him to the right of screen there, down on his haunches a bit. But the kick from Baker is good, straight through the middle, and his teammates get around him to celebrate. So the same as the first quarter, Nick. Buffalo's first goal of the quarter, and Districts hit back with the next 3.
First goal in senior football?
Yeah, it might well be the way that his teammates got around him, that's for sure.
He did really well. He was by himself for a fair bit of time. He must have shouted out because all of a sudden the Buffs players saw him, because they hadn't seen him for a good 30 seconds or so, but he took a really strong mark and then composed himself and popped that one through. And just settled this score down to probably where I thought it would be, with a 4 or 5 goal lead to Southern Districts at this time of the game.
Yeah, so it was only 5 minutes ago we were saying that Districts hadn't kicked a goal in the quarter, and all of a sudden they've added 3. Back in the middle of the ground. Dean's up high. And pass on the outside to Sage. He runs back into trouble, gets tackled to the ground. Jared Stokes with the hand pass, quick hands. Stokes is going to get run down here, and he'll be penalised. The Buffalo supporters thought they might have had a free kick earlier, were pretty vocal about it, but now there's a free kick off the ball again.
It was Philip Wills out there with Brooking. Wills threw his arms up in the air straight away as they've gone back, and they've taken, looks like it's a 50 on 50
as well.
50 as well. It is something Philip Wills was involved with. His other players come around him now and pushing him away from the umpire. So something's happened off the ball there, and with him and Dakota Brooking.
So the free kick is going to Bidmaid, and I presume that was a 50-metre penalty that brings him to about 35 metres out. So Mitch Bidmaid with the kick at goal. Goal umpire's making a bit of ground, too much ground, and it's a behind only. So yeah, a little bit of confusion there.
Yeah, I thought the free kick would have gone down to where the incident happened, not 50 metres from where the ball was marked. So unless he's paid the free after the players already marked the ball.
So kick back in. Pedersen thumps it forward, running onto it as Wills here. Tries to kick off the ground, just gets it on the outside of the boot. Lloyd Johnston pats it back to the advantage of his teammate Burgess. Burgess drills a pass. It's well directed to Bidmaid. Hand passes over the top to Stanley. Jared Stokes runs him down, grabs the jumper, but manages to get the kick forward anyway as it's picked up by Spark. He kicks on the outside to the advantage of Caelan Russell, but he's under plenty of pressure out there from Ross, who pokes it forward, and Southern Districts go inside forward 50 again. Oh, the bounce not kind as Nathan Deans does really well in defence for Buffs, clears away, but that's gone wide and I think bounced just inside the boundary line. Umpire's happy that that wasn't deliberate, so it'll be a boundary throw in. So the ball's retrieved from over the fence, and Jake Deans and Wyatt Ryan will do battle again. Deans works his way to the front this time, takes it himself and kicks forward. A bit of strength there from Jordan Johnston, got rid of his opponent and now kicks to the outside where Matt Johnston kicks forward, picked up nicely on the half volley, and Buffaloes repel this one. Chris Williams switches into the middle of the ground where Pedersen's made some space. He lines up and thumps it long inside 50. Foster running back there takes the mark in the hands as his opponent lost. It was Johnston who just seemed to lose his bearings there. He was working back and the ball fell a bit shorter than he thought, and Foster snatched it out of the air nicely and has a chance with another set shot. Kicked the first goal of the game. A chance for another one for the Buffaloes here.
Yeah, big one here. They'll need this coming into half time.
Wobbling kick and it's drifted across the face of goal, unfortunately. Just didn't get the ball dropping contact right that time. So Johnston, geez, run some meterage out of the goal square, but all good as he goes to Barnard. Hand passes over the top to Bidmade, back to Johnston, who's down past the centre of the ground already, has a bounce sprinting away to the 50-metre line. And this time he's been pinged for running too far, I think. But running out of the goal square, they often are given a fair bit of latitude as to how far they can run with the ball.
Yeah, 45 metres is probably a bit much of a latitude, but yeah, he did run a long way. But
yeah, it was a bit longer than the last one that he got pinged for, I think.
He's run all that way, he's now going to go all the way back and get the kick.
Nathan Deans in the back pocket, looking for Tashawn Wright, given a bit of air, allows time for Narkle to close and get a fist to it and get it over the boundary line. So we're into time on here, 22 minutes gone, second quarter, 1-3 in the quarter, and Southern Districts have stretched that lead out to 28 points. So Ryan in front this time, gets hands to it, but Spry pinches it, gets a hand pass inboard. Caelan Russell just lost control of the footy. Shannon with a little hand pass over the top to Ross, and then Barnard running from behind. Drives it long inside 50. Well read by Deans. He gets there first, but he's going to get tackled. Gets the hand pass out as he's tackled. It's kept in play. It's not quite kept in play by Harry McGregor. And it'll be a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Southern Districts. And the Buffs defence under pressure again here.
Yeah, professional fumble there, just dropped that over the boundary line. With only a couple of seconds to go this quarter, you would think. Not a lot of goals scored.
Yeah, that's right. The task, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Didn't even get the boundary throw in. So the siren goes for half time, and in the end, I think Darwin have probably managed the damage reasonably well in the first half, but need to be able to score a bit better themselves going forward.
Yeah, 13-point lead to the Crocs at quarter time, 28-point lead here at half time. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News Community TV. Be back shortly with the second half.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah, she loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, 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 up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Go! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Good afternoon, welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 14 clash here at TIO Stadium. Darwin Buffaloes and Southern Districts. I'm Nick Danks, my commentary partner Stuart Davis, and Stuart, Crocs certainly came back towards the second half of the second quarter to put in a 28-point lead to go in at half-time.
Yeah, once again, 3-1 in each of the first two quarters, and yeah, you could imagine that Southern Districts may just get the foot on the pedal here going forward, and they've started that way with Jed Anderson's clearance and the mark taken in the contest by Will Farrer. So it'd be interesting to see if they really flex their muscles and blow this game out, or whether the Buffaloes can do a bit more of the same with their defensive efforts and holding them up. But a chance to score the first goal of the quarter here for Southern Districts. Farrer's kick on the way. This time he's just left it hanging out to the right. So they're behind to start the quarter, and Bradley Stokes will bring it back in. Jared Stokes on the lead. That's given him some work to do, but he's done it pretty well, Jared Stokes, and now drives it long. Williams coming out, gets hands to the ball but couldn't mark it. Balstead hand passes over the top. Brody Lake just threads his way through some Darwin opponents, gets his kick and gets some body contact just after he kicked it, so it results in a downfield free kick.
Yeah, pretty unlucky then, the young guy then in right, who just checked him really, really late. Even then he threw his head in the air and said he wasn't intentional, but the umpire saw him fall and paid the kick down ground. Pretty quick move there. Will Farrer had ball in hand and quickly passed it over to Bo Schwartz to take the kick downfield. So I've seen Schwartz already in this game, and oh, this time just hits that right hand goal post. So a small blemish for Bo Schwartz, but it's got 3 on the board in the first half as Stokes brings it back in again, going long this time. McGregor comes in from the side, couldn't take the mark. The toe poke forward falls into the hands of Schwartz. He kicks long to the goal square. Bradley Stokes working back. Willie Farrer across the front, gets a hand to the ball, picks it up at ground level. Now the hand pass out the back, and the pass inboard. And there's just options all over the place there as Mitch Bidmaid it is that comes in and takes the mark. They just all press forward, and options all over the place, and no problem finding one of them. White Ryan went in for a tackle then before. He came out the worst, which doesn't happen very often, but hands on hips bent down here. Made celebrating after his kick, just kept it inside the right-hand goal post. So it's Southern Districts with the first goal of the second half through Mitch Bidmaid. So there's 4 weeks left of the regular season remaining after this round. The Darwin Buffaloes have got the Tiwi Bombers, Pint, and their final regular season game will be against Waratah. Southern Districts will be the favourite in their games. They get a week off next week. Then they take on Wanderers, Palmerston, and their final regular season game will be against the Tiwi Bombers. So Southern Districts in a pretty good position here. Fairly handy percentage. Got that half a game in lead thanks to the draw between Pint and Nightcliff. So in a good position here to finish as minor premiers. Once again, as they did last year, and of course went on to win the premiership. So Ryan with the hit out to Sean Wright, and Bidmaid doing battle. Lloyd Johnston just around the back, gets the hand pass forward to Brooking, back to Ross. Ross tries to switch into the middle of the ground, just a bit too much height on that one, but Districts have got the numbers to be able to tidy up, and the hand pass comes on the outside to Lake. He chips over the top on the bounce to Baker. Baker to Anderson, threads his way through and now kicks long inside forward 50. Schwartz in the contest, had it knocked away from him. Deans and Giddings at ground level doing battle, gets it to Farrer. Farrer kicks it into the goal square. Surely there's a goal here, but terrific tackle. Schwartz caught with the ball, and it's a ball up, perhaps a bit lucky not to be penalised. Yeah, he should have pinged him there. It was only had one thought in mind, was to keep hold of that ball, and pretty unlucky not to get a free kick out of that one. So Nathan Dean's doing the ruck work for Buffs. Spills out to Jared Stokes, who thumps it out of defensive 50.
and rolls down forward of centre, not forward. Foster gets the hand pass inboard, but just getting a hand on it was Bousted, and then scrambles foot at ground level. Williams gets a hand pass forward. Look at the white jumpers all around here as Darwin tried to work it through the hands forward, but just weight of numbers saw it come to districts. And now Ross receives the hand pass, kicks inside 50, and Schwartz down there with Parsons, but the ball spills over the boundary line for a throw-in.
So many white shirts in there. You might want to stop and do a count. They're everywhere on their own at the moment. There's a few people floating around the back line of the Darwin Buffaloes, but certainly there was a lot of white shirts standing on their own.
Yeah, Buffs have got numbers back here as Ryan puts his hand on the ball. Trying to burst through was Brooking, but got caught with the ball. And umpire Harry Hiller will throw it up again. Bradley Stokes forced it forward with one hand, looked like a loose arm across the shoulder then. That's the way it's been paid. So Darwin out of defence. Ball spills to Bowden, his kick smothered. And a pushing free kick been paid here to Stanley.
He stayed down there for a while, Stanley stayed down there for a while. He just started to get up and then it's got the push in the back. So, luck's a fortune.
So ball in high, Schwartz read it beautifully off hands, has a bounce, dribbles the kick towards goal, and he's put it through. A great finish from Bo Schwartz once again. Thought he might have given the hand pass over the top, but the defender came in from Buffs and he just took it on himself, and that's a clever dribble kick from right next to the behind post, basically.
That's 8 inside 50s this quarter to 0 for the Buffs. So far, up until that stage, it was 15 for the Buffs and 24 for the Crocs at half-time.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what we feared at half-time, that Southern Districts had come out after the break and put the pedal to the metal, and it certainly opened up that way with a couple of goals in the first 7 minutes, and Bo Schwartz looking particularly dangerous up forward.
Yeah, 79-point win the last time these two sides met back in round 3, and all the sides are looking at this. The umpires
666 warning, I think, against Districts. All set now. Pedersen and Herald up high, but Pedersen got his hand to the ball. Wills controlled it nicely and now drives long inside forward 50. Bit too long for his teammate down there, but it spills. Here's a chance at ground level. Comes to Sean Wright, and he throws it on the boot and celebrates straight away. So a good answering goal from Darwin. To Sean Wright that time on the left boot. Just a quick snap, almost one step onto the boot and through for a Buffalo's goal. Much needed one.
Tickets now available through Ticketmaster for the 2 AFL matches here at TIO Stadium, beginning with the Gold Coast Suns taking on St Kilda on Saturday the 9th of May, and followed by the Suns taking on Port Adelaide. There'll be a big crowd here for that one on Friday the 15th of May. Tickets for the AFL games now on sale through Ticketmaster.
Yeah, get in early so that you're not disappointed.
Certainly for the Port Adelaide games, a couple of us Port Adelaide supporters up here.
Pedersen, just with strength, takes it out of the contest, gets a kick laterally out to the wing. Seaton Kernoth closes on it, but got tackled, and Johnston took the ball and now kicks forward close to the boundary line. Bradley Stokes comes across, and he and Matt Shannon get a hand to it and get it over the boundary line. On the throw in, Jared Stokes took the ball but had it knocked out in the tackle. holding the ball being paid here, so it's a Darwin free kick. A call of Smith to take the kick, looks inboard, decides against that, and now goes straight down the ground. But look at those white jumpers back there. The ball comes to ground to Sean Wright, gets hands to it first, got the hand pass to Holden, who got tackled as soon as he took possession. It spills out to Jared Stokes now, weaves around a player in front of him, drills the ball inside. Deans picks it up on the half volley, but then he got tackled, and Southern Districts work it to the outside through the hands, and the kick finds Brodie Lake, who picks up and plays on straight away, gives on the inside, but it's a Darwin free kick. Advantage is paid. Wills takes that. It's helter-skelter football at the moment, going backwards and forwards, and now there's about 6 Southern Districts players on the outside that can use the ball between them and get it out of defence. Harold Sage in the end out on the wing, running forward, kicks long inside 50. Wyatt Ryan's down there. Oh, that's a terrific mark taken in front by Connor Giddings once again. He plays on around the player on the mark, straightens towards goal, kicks and puts it straight through. And Giddings has been impressive up forward as well. He's had a number of chances and hits the scoreboard again. Yeah,
that's his second goal of the game, and he did really well there. 42-point lead now. Just gone to 11-minute mark of the third quarter. 9-8-62 to 3-2-20. It's getting a bit dark here at the moment too. Temperature's gone up. It's currently 33 degrees. Breeze is coming still to the right of screen, but starting to get a bit overcast and a bit grey here. We've had a look at the weather, and there are some storms around, but nothing just to worry us directly here at TIO.
No, we've probably been a bit lucky. The forecast was probably for more stormy weather during the day, but hasn't occurred so far. It's been a pretty good day for football, although there is a bit of a breeze out there. Been there all day. But, yeah, what a goal that was from Giddings.
A couple more games here this afternoon. Pumpston take on Waratah at 4 o'clock, and then Wanderers and St Mary's at 6:30. Then a game across the road at DXE, Pint and Tiwi Bombers.
So Darwin running forward from that ruck contest. Spry picks up now, gets a hand pass inboard, and the long kick forward from Spark has hit the behind post on the full. So Southern Districts free kick in the last line of defence to Michael Bowden. Chips over the top to Jordan Johnston, who's got plenty of room, so just strolls off and then kicks on the outside. Hand got in there as it's picked up by Burgess. Solid body contact by Bradley Stokes. Allowed his teammate in, and now it spills to Spry, who runs forward. It's a wobbling kick forward and just over the head of his intended target, and chopped off in the back half by Barnard. And switches to Bowden and back through the middle to Stanley. Stanley has Shannon further afield by himself. He takes the mark and runs off now, bouncing through the centre of the ground a couple of times and kicks long down to the goal square. Will Farrer with that familiar two-footed jump, but couldn't get his hands to the ball that time, and eventually it spills over the boundary line.
I think he was hoping for about another 4 or 5 feet on that kick, because the big ruckman Wyatt Ryan was standing in the middle of the square by himself, and it would have hit him on the chest for a couple more metres.
So it's a boundary throw in inside 50 for Southern Districts. Ryan gets to the front, but the best he could do was tap it straight down to his opponent. Darwin work it away. The free kick is paid and they take advantage. Wills out in front under some pressure from Barnard, but Barnard gives away the free kick. And Wills, experienced campaigner, go back and take the kick. He's got a couple of short options on, but decides to go down the line, looking for Riley Holden, who controlled it well and now swings back inside 50, kicks long towards the goal, but misses to the right-hand side through for a behind. Riley Holden making his debut for the Buffaloes today. Hails from Western Australia, just a 20-year-old up playing some footy, so good to see. As the ball's trapped in at the half-forward area for Darwin. Darwin fans again calling for a free kick as Lockie Humphrey laid the tackle and the ball didn't come out, but it's a ball up. Spills to Chris Williams. He gets a kick forward. Foster from behind gets a hand to it, but Southern Districts again with numbers at the back. Work it through the hands. The pressure keeps coming. Oh, clever work from Burgess. Avoided all of the tackles down there and got away and used it nicely. And now they're off and running through the middle of the ground. Oh, that's a strange kick on the outside of the boot. But again, they turn it over, and now the quick hand pass back from Brooking misses the target. Bradley Stokes picks up, gets a hand pass on the outside. It's pretty scrappy at the moment as there's a free kick been found, and it's going to go Darwin's way. And it'll go to Kalen Russell. He's got a short option. Oh, that's just a bit of a lazy kick forward. As to Sean Wright made the lead, but it was just popped up in the air, and Dakota Brooking was able to get back and see it over the boundary line.
Yeah, quicker wave. Apology to his two players then, but yeah, pretty lazy that was.
So, and the throw in to Sean Wright. Around the side of the pack, kicks long, inside forward 50, ball at the ground. Foster throws it on the boot, just goes high in the air towards the other side of the ground, and Taj Stanley gets there first to take the mark. He tries to find Ross on the outer side of the ground, but the kick's too wide and is out of bounds on the full in front of Ross. McCullough Smith.
No, it must have just bounced inside the boundary. The umpires are talking about it now.
They're getting another umpire involved in the conversation.
It was about 50 metres from it, so. When in doubt, chuck it in.
That's the way it's going to go. In the end, it'll be a boundary throw in, so now the players making their way to be involved in the ruck contest and what follows as Ryan works to the front, gets his hand to the ball, pulls out the back. Anderson in there doing some work. Chris Williams gets something of a hand pass forward. Jared Stokes bursts through, gets a hand pass forward again. Chris Williams again fighting forward at ground level. It spills out now. The hand pass comes out the back, and long kick by Deans into the goal square. Pedersen tries to work his way to the front, couldn't do so. Bowden at the back has a bit of time, just chips a kick forward. Brodie Lake made a bit of a meal of that, but recovers okay. Eventually comes back to Bowden, who hand passes long over the top. And now Brooking hand passes inboard. That's spilt by Jed Anderson, but with strength at ground level, picks up and kicks forward. Now Farah comes in and takes it. Ball's knocked out of his hands as Wesley gets a kick forward for Buffs into the hands of Bradley Stokes. He kicks long inside 50. Foster got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark. It's spilt here to Holden with a looping hand pass over the top. Again, they're just knocking the ball around. Pedersen gets a hand pass while he's laying on the ground, trying to go forward. Ball spills out the back here. Humphrey gets a fist in, but there's a throw being paid here, and it's going to be a Darwin free kick. So pretty forgettable last minute or so.
Absolutely. You'd think it was belting there in rain, the way the ball was being mishandled. Even the simple mark coming down the wing there, it just dropped it above his head, and yeah, there's no one really settled down and took control of that ball.
Nathan Spry it is with the free kick in the end, and Spry's had a pretty good game today. Got a fair bit of the footy. I'm sure he'd love a goal here.
The first time in any quarter that they've kicked more than one goal as well, so be handy for the Buffs to get this one.
Kick on the way. Looks like he's judged that perfectly. Yeah, started at left, it drifted back across, and a great set shot goal for the Buffaloes, and Nathan Spry, who just gets a bit of icing on top of his game today. I thought he's been pretty good for the Buffaloes all day so far, and that's a good goal. And Buffs have now kicked 2 of the last 3, so gives them something to hang their hat on.
It's definitely the way you've got to kick a goal with there in between the grandstand and the Michael Long centre. You've got to push it really shallow and let it come round slightly into the breeze. We watched one earlier in the half where it just turned nearly at right angles when it got closer to the goal. So that one there just came in perfectly for him.
Yep, beautifully placed and judged. So the margin back to 35 points now as we just enter time on in the 3rd quarter. Southern Districts have added another 3 goals this quarter, and Buffaloes have just kicked their 2nd for the quarter. So I'm not sure what's going on in the middle, but we're having the ball up again as Deans wins the hit out this time down to McGregor. McGregor on the left gets it high inside forward 50, and Foster just parked himself and the ball fell in his lap in between about 6 or 8 players there, and so Brodie Foster with the mark about 25 metres out directly in front.
It was 10 inside 50s to 1 at one stage. It's now back to 10 to 10 for this quarter, so the Buffs have certainly turned it around in the last 5 minutes or so.
So Foster with a chance for back-to-back goals for Buffaloes for the first time in the match, but unfortunately for the Buffs, he's just missed that off to the right.
Well, to keep you interested, they are going to kick with a pretty strong breeze. The Buffs are coming home, and they keep these inside 50s up and score a couple. They're back right in this, you could say.
So the short option to Johnston gives on the inside to Narkle. He drives it down. Nathan Deans just trapped it with his legs and then batted it forward. Anderson picks it up and kicks forward into the hands of Matt Shannon. He's got a paddock in front of him, has a bounce, gives a hand pass, a looping hand pass over the top. They've messed around a bit here as Farah gets tackled with the ball, and Darwin clear it away. So just a bit of Blairising, I think, going inside 50 then. Shannon could have easily kicked the goal, but Buffs on the rebound have got it forward of the wing here as Russell gets a hand pass forward to Jared Stokes. Just gets away from the tackle, goes back to his brother Bradley, who kicks inside looking for Chris Williams. Narkle comes across, got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Williams picks up, kicks inside forward 50, and the mark's taken down there by Philip Wills, it is, I think, who's drifted forward. So that's a great turnaround from Buffaloes. It looked like a certain Southern Districts goal, and they just overused the ball inside 50, and Darwin have worked it all the way back to the other end of the ground.
Yeah, I think there might be a conversation with Shannon Rusker, if not at 3/4 time, certainly sometime during next week, because that was a bit Blairising then, and coming into finals not far away, they want to make sure they don't do too many of those.
So Philip Wills, another chance to make it back-to-back goals for Darwin here. Wills' kick on the way, looks good, and his teammates get around him. So this is a pretty impressive end to the quarter from Darwin. They've kicked 3 of the last 4 goals now, and Philip Wills hits the scoreboard for the first time for a while, I think. So 3 goals apiece in this quarter now, and that margin back to basically, well, exactly what it was at half-time. So back in the middle for the restart, and Deans goes early, gets his hand down, knocks it to the advantage of McGregor, who wins his own ball in the middle, runs through to the 50-metre mark, kicks high, it's rolling into the goal square, kept in play, back to Tashawn Wright, he snaps on the right boot, and they're celebrating again. It's another Buffaloes goal. Terrific work by Foster on the goal line, and Tashawn Wright on the spot, under pressure, threw it on the boot, through for another Darwin goal. 3 in a row now in this 3rd quarter, and it's turned into, at this stage, a winning quarter for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, back to 22 points, and as I said, a pretty strong breeze going to the right of screen, so done really well to get as many goals as they have in this quarter, and just at the moment there's a bit of conversations going on in the middle of the ground there for the Crocs. So quarter time can't come quick enough for Southern Districts, I wouldn't think.
Great work by Darcy McGregor from that last centre bounce. Just got first hands on the ball, ran it all the way up to the 50-metre line and drove it forward as the rain's coming down now. Nick?
Yep, heavily down now, and it's
make it interesting. So some tight at ground level. Johnston burrowing in. There's no way up there. There'll be another ball up. Ryan wins a hit out. Anderson couldn't get hands on Johnston, works it to the outside. Some body pressure there by Watts for Buffaloes, and it's going to be a Darwin free kick. Spry gives it to Jared Stokes. He kicks forward down towards half forward, picked off the ground by Bowden, but Bradley Stokes was there to pick it up and kicks inside 50. That was just a bit too hot for Chris Williams as it ricocheted off his shoulder. Now it spills out to Williams. He gives a hand pass backwards to McGregor. McGregor can't get past his opponent, but can get a kick forward at ground level. Wright's in there again. Oh, might have been pushed in the back then. Play on's the call as Districts work it out of defence, and Lloyd Johnston running from half back chips it into the middle of the ground. It's punched away, and Johnston will get there first again. Nice clean hands, picks it up, gives a hand pass, receives back, runs towards 50, kicks as the siren goes. But that won't be a score, as Bo Schwartz was in the perfect position to receive that. It was great work by Johnston down this wing, but what a finish to the quarter by the Buffaloes, Nick.
Absolutely, great to see it back in this one. 13 points, the Crocs led at quarter time, 28 points at half time. It's 22 points, don't go away. With the wet and the rain and the lights starting to come on here, we're going to have a big final quarter. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL season live on NT News and Community TV.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch. Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory, we're here when you need us most. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back.
Top End footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top-end footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back to AFL NT's coverage of the 25-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 14 clash here at TIO Stadium in the wet. It's still 33 degrees though. Darwin Buffaloes taking on Southern Districts. Big thanks with you and my commentary partner this afternoon, Stuart Davis. And Stuart, wow, what an amazing half of footy from the Darwin Buffaloes. Bounced right back in that game.
Yeah, we were sitting here halfway through that third quarter thinking that how far Southern Districts, and all of a sudden Buffaloes finished the quarter with 4 of the last 5 goals and have given themselves a real sniff, and we've had a huge downpour of rain during the three-quarter time period. Of course, it started in that at the end of that third quarter, so ground's taken a fair bit of water. It's still raining, just eased off a little bit now, but conditions will be difficult, and you get the feeling that probably suit Darwin right down to the ground.
Absolutely. Shannon Rusker, the coach of the Southern Districts, certainly had a big word to him there at three-quarter time, and they were out there really early into position, ready to go. So the first 4 or 5 minutes here is going to be very, very interesting to see how Southern Districts respond.
And it's the two big men, Ryan and Deans. Deans wins the hit out to the advantage of McGregor, who's been good again. Gets a toe poke forward, down to half forward, scooped up across half back by Burgess. Got the hand pass out the back, but no hand to ball as they quickly get it out and out into some space. Just toe poking it off the ground was Matt Shannon. Picks it up himself now, gets a hand pass to Lake. Lake tries to fire a hand pass over the top. Oh, Jed Anderson comes in with a solid tackle on Flynn Spark and drove him into the ground as and then helps him up by the front of the jumper. But
nice clean tackle though. When just hit him, it was pretty hard, but it was pretty solid.
So Anderson first hands on the ball, kicks it forward. Will Farrer flies at it, couldn't complete the mark. Clever hand pass from Bousted to Shannon. Shannon got tackled, has to hand pass forward as Mealy comes across the back. Tried to get a hand pass inboard, but Bo Schwartz got a hand in there and it's knocked over the boundary line for a throw-in. So Southern Districts in their forward half, boundary throw-in about 50 metres from their goal. Ryan in front, gets it down. Johnston with the kick, punched away defensively. Mealy, his first there again, but Schwartz picks it up, chips the ball inboard, slips over the top. There's a chance at ground level, but Bradley Stokes picks it up for Darwin and chips it round the outer side of the ground. And Darwin look to build round there. Humphrey takes the mark in front of Ross, in front of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground.
Right, starting to get a bit heavier again here.
So Humphrey looking for big Deans, but Wyatt Ryan comes across. Oh, great mark, falling to the ground. Takes it about the third or fourth attempt and then chips on the outside to Ross. Ross loops a hand pass over the top to Matty Johnston. Johnston into the corridor in the hot spot. Willie Farah flying from behind, couldn't get to the ball. Bradley Stokes at ground level gives it by hand on the up to McGregor. Harry McGregor finds Jared Stokes. Stokes round the outer wing. Diving at the ball was Foster, but couldn't hold the mark, and it spills out over the boundary line. So just waiting for players to get in position for the boundary throw-in. Ryan wins this one down, but no clear advantage as the ball's held in at ground level, and umpire Heller will throw it up again. Ryan with the hit out. Anderson scoops it forward to the advantage of Matt Johnston, but just couldn't control the slippery ball near the boundary line, and it goes out for another throw-in. Hard work for the boundary umpires as well, Nick, in this weather.
Absolutely. This could be a bit more of this in this quarter. Unfortunately, this weather's come in the way it has, but...
So Ryan gets it down. Hot hand pass comes to Bousted. Now over the top to Lake. Ball eventually is scrambled out of defence by the Buffaloes, and there's going to be a downfield free kick here, I think, for some body contact after the kick came out. So Leslie's kick came out to the grandstand side, and Harry McGregor will take the free kick. Chips it forward. It's a well-weighted kick to Humphrey, but just couldn't take the mark. He's still working hard at ground level, trying to get it out to a player in space. To Sean Wright's there, and eventually it's punched forward and over the boundary line for another throw-in. As you suggested, Nick, might be a few stoppages in this last quarter.
Yeah, didn't get much opportunity then trying to get him to mark above his head in these conditions, and the ball's really slippery, and there's a number of players around him as well. That was always going to happen. Ryan fell over before the ruck contest.
And field umpire slipped over it, but field umpire's called for the ball to be thrown in again. It was probably about 10 metres to the side of where the rucks were setting up.
And Ryan was on the ground, so...
Well, this one's fallen short, but Ryan's going to get there and take it himself. And Jake Deans is saying, well, why aren't we calling that one back as well? But Districts have got it inside their forward 50. Bradley Stokes at ground level gets the kick out. That's going to go close to the boundary line. Lockie Humphrey gets there and takes the mark just inside the line. Well done. And Bradley Stokes has been good again today in defence for Darwin, having a really good season. As he kicks down the line looking for Deans. Ryan comes in late, takes it off hands. The ball spills to right. That's a throw, you would think, but Spry gets it across to Jared Stokes. Whips a hand pass forward and through the hands to Spry. His kick's smothered. Lloyd Johnston tries to kick off the ground. He gets it forward to Bidmaid. Bidmaid kicks long inside 50. Willie Farah uses his strength and then gets the hand pass out the back to Narkle. Narkle inside forward 50. Shannon drops the mark off his chest. Just the wet ball slipped off, and tackle's made in tight there. It's going to be a ball up. Yeah, it's pretty tough old footy at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to get a clear possession, and
yeah, that 3+ goal advantage looks a fair margin now, as Darwin managed to get it out of defence again, straight up the middle of the ground. Johnston there with Burgess. Burgess gets it across to the advantage of Stanley. He picks up now, chips it forward, but it's gone too far. Slips over the back. Shannon comes in, gets it to Ross. And now quick kick forward at ground level. Oh, a dinky kick didn't really work out as Districts get it over the top to Anderson. Anderson kicks long towards the goal square, but gets past everyone there and slides through for a Southern Districts behind. Cam Pedersen back there to bring the ball back into play. Steps out of the defensive goal square and kicks along grandstand side. Anderson gets a fist to it. There's a free kick being found here. Go the way of Sean Wright. Just got one across the shins. It goes short, but Bowden comes in and chops that one off for Southern Districts. Now plays on forward of the mark. Kicks looking for Will Farrer. Terrific effort by Nathan Deans to get a fist in there and punch it away over the boundary line.
He looked up then from the Darwin Buffs and no one really to kick to. He kicked to 3-on-1 and Bowden said, thank you, I'll take that one, and just put it straight back over the top of his head.
So the throw in. Punch forward, Jared Stokes comes in, or might have been a bit of front on contact there, just a bit high, and free kick goes against Anderson to Stokes. Stokes looks on the outside, delivers nicely, and the sliding mark taken by McAuliffe Smith. He looks back inboard and kicks good, and that's a nice mark taken by Spry, Nathan Spry. At the back end of the centre square for the Buffaloes, switches to the outer side of the ground. Humphreys just nudges his opponent under the ball, allows the ball to get over the top. Running onto it was Parsons, but couldn't control it. Picked up at ground level. Wills gets a hand pass on the outside, and the kick comes back inboard to Spry.
Played well today, Spry. Had lots of touches.
Yeah, has been good. He goes back to Wesley. Oh, he slips over as he tries to kick. It might work out okay. Deans comes in and he's been penalised for incorrect disposal as the tackle came in from Jed Anderson. So Anderson will take the kick at the front edge of the centre square for Southern Districts. Decides to go long, straight down the middle of the ground. Bit of a push in there by Schwartz. Play on's the call. It spills to Wills at ground level. Picks up now, but then gets tackled and the ball spills out. Now picked up by Watts, who kicks nicely to Williams in the back pocket. He loops a hand pass over the top, and Stokes coming out of defence chips the ball nicely to McAuliffe Smith. Oh, he turned it over though to Anderson, and Anderson kicks long to the top of the goal square, but again Darwin thump it out, but straight into the hands of Brooking for Southern Districts. He goes the short option. McGregor tries to paddle it forward. Brooking comes back in. Well done by Humphrey at ground level. Got the hand pass inboard, and now Districts coming away, but Jordan Johnston got hands to the ball. Oh, Mealy copped a solid one and fell to the ground with the football. And umpire Thomas Manning will come in and ball it up.
I think that one was pretty close to head high. The way he fell, he didn't go down. Normally he went straight backwards.
He's up and about, but looks a bit sore as Chris Williams gets the kick from the clearance. And just a hat kick off the ground, out into some space. Lockie Humphrey in there, tries to get it to his teammate Watts, but wasn't able to do so. Bradley Stokes comes in, the ball slips out of his hands. Districts work it through the hands to Matt Shannon. Matt Shannon kicks to the goal square. Nathan Deans back there got hands to it, couldn't control the mark. Now it spills to the advantage of Schwartz. He kicks off the ground. It goes across the face of goal, across the goal square. They're still scrambling for it, and it's knocked away over the boundary line. And I think it's going to be a free kick for insufficient intent to keep it in. It looked pretty deliberate.
Yeah, it did look deliberate, but he didn't really have much choice. Yeah. He probably better off to knock it from behind, and
yeah,
he would have got away with it. But
so around the corner, the kick is good, straight through for another Southern Districts goal. Just trying to pick up who that was in the weather. It's Bo Schwartz again, I think. Yeah, it is. And he's the person that you'd want to have hands on the ball in that situation. And that's what's that, 5 for the game now?
Yeah, that's 5 for him, yeah.
And that's the first goal of this final quarter. We've gone almost 12 minutes, and the conditions certainly don't look like improving as rain continues to tumble down now. And if the game wasn't safe before that, I think it pretty much is now, Nick.
Yeah, 29-point lead with about 8 minutes to go this final quarter. As you said, Bo Schwartz gets his 5th. And inside 50s this quarter, it's 13-1. So it's been all Southern Districts, which you would expect.
Well, just missed with the attempted kick off the ground there, Bidmade, but Districts get it inside 50. Deans got to the ball, spilled out in the marking contest. That looked like a grab around the ankles. No, it's not. It's a free kick for holding the ball. So Southern Districts free kick going to Willie Farah.
No, it's going to get turned around. There's two other umpires that said legged.
Yeah.
So the closest umpire called holding the ball, but the other two have come into it and said, no, he got him around the legs.
Yeah, I think that's the correct decision.
It was.
As Mealy kicks out wide, and tumbling over the boundary line with the ball is Darcy McGregor.
A couple more games on today, 2 more here at TIO. Palmerston Magpies take on Waratahs at 4 o'clock. Then at Wanderers and St Mary's at 6:30, and one game across the road at DXC Arena at 6 o'clock. Pint and the Tiwi Bombers.
So boundary throw in. Spills out the back to Wills. Round on the left boot, kicks long down the line. Brodie Foster gets it on the bounce. Hand passes inboard, but Districts with numbers fold in. Pedersen picks up, hand passes backwards so that Darwin can go forward, but there's plenty of white jumpers back there. Well, the mark spilt this time by Giddings, but managed to recover, got the hand pass out the back, and they bring it back into the corridor where Burgess takes the mark. Well, look to chip short to Johnston, but the ball slid off his boot, but Ross runs onto it, kicks forward. Hand pass comes out to Bidmade at half forward, gives it off to Bousted. Bousted kicks long forward. A diving attempt by Nathan Deans. Best he could do was just touch it over the boundary line, and it's a boundary throw in again.
I think this rain set in for a bit longer this afternoon. I think heavy again like it did at the start of the, or towards the end of the third quarter.
So on the throw in, Ryan in front, gets the hit out down. Kick comes in towards the goal square. Nathan Deans went flying forward then, and that was as a result of Willie Farah pushing him in the back. So Deans will take the free kick.
It was the most obvious version of pushing it back I've seen in a long time.
So Deans kicks out to Sean Wright. That's a terrific mark in these conditions. Got rid of his strong opponent, Matty Johnston, and took the mark in the hands. Switches inboard. It's a dangerous kick, but it's good. Finds Pedersen in the back half. He wheels around and kicks long, but this one's going to be chopped off by Brooking, but spilt the mark. So Darwin a chance again. McGregor gets a hand pass over the top, looking for McCall Smith. Darwin having plenty of touches in the back half. The chip kick comes out, and Chris Williams takes the mark. Williams switches to the outer side of the ground. There's not much clear space forward, although they've found some there as the underground kick comes in, and Districts clean it up, kick it away. Well, the ball just slips through the legs of Pedersen. Then that looked like a one-handed hand pass as it came up, but it's Districts bursting in towards goal again. The long kick is across the face. And that rain is heavy now. It's getting pretty hard to see even.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to handball when you've got one hand on the ground and the other. Adelaide Crows hand pass there, and you got away with it.
No bias in that comment. Kick comes in, you see the water starting to splash around the feet now. Is picked up by Anderson, lost his footing but recovered. Kicks long to the goal square, and Schwartz again this time. He could have walked in himself, but gave the hand pass to his mate Willie Farah, and Farah kicks a goal from a metre out.
It's Farah's second one for the game as well. Bo Schwartz already got a handful, so he probably thinks 5 and 6 means the same. But that's an amazing 18 inside 50s this quarter for the Crocs. Only had 25 up until three-quarter time. And the poor old Buffs have only gone forward once in this quarter.
Yeah, see, I thought the conditions might have suited Buffs, but Crocs have stood up in it, haven't they? They've added the 2 goals and have really dominated field position. The Buffaloes have struggled to get it past halfway in this quarter.
Yeah, 13 points up the Crocs were at quarter time, 28 at half time, 22 with a fight back a bit from the Buffs at three-quarter time, but now we're up to a 36-point lead and a couple of minutes left to go.
Johnston hand passes forward to comes straight back the other way. Is Spry at ground level, gets bundled out of the way. Ross gives the hand pass up to Matt Johnston, who just thumps the ball forward at ground level. It's Narkle who picks up, hand pass misses the target. Wright comes in for Buffs, gives it by hand to Wills. Wills hacks a kick out towards the wing. Oh, terrific work coming in from Burgess, who has an option backwards, and that's the way he goes to Lloyd Johnston. Johnston wants to switch to the outer side of the ground, and sliding in and taking the mark out there was Matthew Johnston. Gives it on the outside to Jordan Johnston. So the 3 Johnstons involved in that passage of play as Schwartz comes in, spins out backwards after he picked the ball up, chips it forward. No mark taken. It's punched away, and at ground level again, the ball just couldn't be controlled and taken over the line for a throw-in.
Ball's pretty much lived in that 50-metre arc for this whole quarter. 6-4, 40, 11-10, 76, a 36-point lead. So getting close to time on here at TIO Stadium.
So boundary throw into Sean Wright. Oh, gets smashed in the tackle, and the ball spilled out, and it's Jed Anderson again with another solid tackle, and this time wins himself a free kick out of it. I thought Jed Anderson's game today has been terrific, Nick. He's done all the hard work as he always does, and plenty of the football as well.
Yeah, they get a week off next week, Southern Districts. A couple of those big tackles is going to be good for them as they lead into the finals, and you'd have to still think they're favourites this year at the moment.
So Anderson with the kick, the set shot, but just misses that one to the right-hand side. So another behind, with the clock ticking up to 20 minutes now. There's been a couple of goals scored, so maybe 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. But I think everyone will be happy to hear the final siren as the ball's brought back into play. Grandstand side at ground level, picked up by Sage, but he gets tackled to the ground by Foster, and it'll be another ball up by Lachlan Hamer. Throws the ball in the air. Ruckman couldn't get a hand to it. Anderson putting the pressure on again, just not allowing that ball to come out as Lockie Humphrey stands up, and another throw up again. Anderson and Humphrey. Anderson cleverly gets it on the boot to Sage. Sage kicks it forward, but Bradley Stokes read it nicely and takes the mark over the back of the pack. Coming grandstand side again. Long down the wing. Pedersen comes in late from behind. Quick kick forward, but this time marked by Stanley. He's got a player on the outside. That's Matt Shannon. And Shannon takes the mark, goes back. Stanley keeps running around him on the outer side, but he goes straight up the middle instead. Ball spills to ground. Look at the water on the ground now as the hand pass comes up, and long kick comes out, but Wyatt Ryan just positioned himself nicely and took the intercept mark, and he'll thump it back inside 50 for Southern Districts. As ball off hands, spills out at ground level. Buffalo's happy to hand pass it in the wet and the congestion, but the siren goes to end the game, and we thought we had a real contest on our hands at three-quarter time, Nick, but Southern Districts just showed that professional outfit that they are, and controlled the game in the last quarter, added 2 more goals in the really atrocious conditions, and finished the game pretty comfortable winners.
Yeah, I stopped counting once they had 30 inside 50s that quarter, because basically the ball was just staying in that 50. But there it is, Southern Districts with their 37-point win. Standout players today, there was a few there for the Buffs, but the Crocs had some good ones as well. Yeah,
I thought Jed Anderson was probably best on ground, was terrific all day, did all the hard work. Bo Schwartz, of course, 5 goals, was always a danger up forward. I really like the games of Connor Giddings and Mitch Bidmaid, and Lloyd Johnston from the back half gave them plenty of dash early. And for Darwin, I thought Jared Stokes was good. Nathan Spry had the best game I've seen him play, I think. Tashawn Wright got plenty of the footy. Bradley Stokes is having a great season. Darcy McGregor and Nathan Spry down back was a solid contributor again.
And goal scorers for the game, standout players, goal scorers?
Yeah, Bo Schwartz kicked the 5, of course. Connor Giddings kicked a couple. Will Farrer kicked a couple. Mitch Bidmaid and Sydney Jack Baker. And for Darwin, Tashawn Wright kicked 2, and singles to Spry, Foster, Phillips and Joseph Wesley.
So there it is. Southern Districts go into their bye on top of the ladder. And there'll be a game clear. Pine's still going to play a game tonight against the Tiwi Bombers. Up next here, though, at TIO, Palmerston Magpies take on Waratah. My name's Nick Danks. I'm joined this afternoon by Stuart Davis. It's been a pleasure to host you, and we'll see you soon.